So the takeover happened. I've not been sacked. Don't get me wrong, they made me sweat another game. And the same day that the news broke that if I lost the game I'd lose my job, they also confirmed, that was in the media, they confirmed they were keeping me. Which is good because I lost 2-0. Games have kind of been moved around, so we are come back for one of the cup games. We're taking on Linfield today in the final of the Challenge Cup. We're then taking on Wraith Rovers. We're without a goalkeeper and a centre back. They're away on international duty again. We have 4 games to get through, as in previously, plus today's 2 games. We have a lot to do. Let's get to it. Let's grab this gamer. My name is Duncan. Welcome back to the Elgin Experiment. So welcome in, everybody. Last time we were here, we did lose. But we won, but we lost. I think. Yes. Yeah, so the first game I did between was a 1-1 draw with Livingston. They got a penalty, but we equalised through Cristiano on the 74th minute. We then beat Falkirk 1-0. We took the lead through Sinclair Armstrong in 21 minutes. They got a guy sent off in 52, and we held on till the end of the game. We then sadly drew 1-1 with Dundee. We took the lead with a penalty on the 29 minutes. They equalised on the 90th minute, and then we lost 2-0 to Queen's Park. Josh McPake and Glenn Middleton putting in the goals against us. Today we are going to Northern Ireland to take on Linfield in the Challenge Cup, and then we'll be back for a home game against Wraith Rovers. Big relegation battle, weirdly. We also drew Tranent in the Scottish Cup, a game we should be winning, so we'll not come back for those 2 games. And this is our lineup for today. Victor is back. This is his first game back from injury. He's still not fully fit, but will be fine. Wintersgill, Rocca, Dobson, Ventura will replace Cristiano. He's away on international duty. Mongo takes up the left-back slot. Oyedele, Rowlands keeping their midfield too, with Armstrong, Miles and Emerson with their attacking mid-line. Wilson playing as lone striker. Monfreitas, manager's unhappy with his game time. I get it. I'm not changing it today though. We'll play him against Tranent. But yeah. We've played okay-ish in terms of like the last 4 games. We just can't score or we just concede stupid goals. Same old for us. Nothing in that regard has changed whatsoever. It's just who we are these days, I think. We're in a relegation battle. I haven't been sacked. Thankfully. But we will see. But yeah, we're shit. But we've been shit, and we know we're shit. So why are we pretending that we're anything but shit? Armstrong's had a goal disallowed in 2 of the games, 1 of the games, and the goal he did score. All 3 were the exact same type of movement. Ball, diagonal usually, over the top. Either takes a touch and uses pace to get by, or takes a touch and just goes by the guy and then buries it opposite corner. So that seems to be working. Not that I've asked for specific cross-ball goals. Oh, unlucky. Emerson's looked deadly without really hitting the target in the past couple of games. Wilson came out backing me 2, 3 games ago. Said that the players are all behind me. When the takeover completed, actually, he came out and said that because all the pressure was on me. When the takeover did complete, they did announce that, or they didn't announce, they did say to me that, look, we've been honest, we'll look to replace you, but we'll let you know in a few days. Which they did, and they didn't. So that's all good. I have already requested a senior affiliate to be turned down again. I used the players for like cheap wages. Next time, if I remember, I'll say about the income. They did put money into the club's account. I think about 800 grand. That's something to check. But as far as I remember or I'm aware, our transfer budget and wage budget stayed the same. So nothing's changed in that regard. But the takeover's been done. We have a new owner, different chairman. They're not the same person. And we'll see how that goes. But right now, my job is allegedly safe currently. And we'll take it from there. The person that's playing number 10 today for Linfield is a player I've tried to sign for about 3 seasons. He's on a month-to-month contract. He just wants far too much money. And I think that's our former striker, isn't it, Francis Cini? It is! He scored 17 goals in 41 appearances in the league for Linfield. Good to see him. Hopefully he doesn't score today. But what we are... it's a stressful season. To know that I'm not being sacked yet is a bonus. The downside is I don't feel like I have as much goodwill with this board. And maybe not the board, because I don't know how many of the board members have been changed, but it's a new owner, and whatever he wants is going to happen. So, we probably do need to start. I think we'll be fine this year. We have a deal in place till 2033, which is our 2 seasons after this. I wouldn't be surprised if end of the season they may look to replace me, but who the hell knows, you know? It's kind of down to me now to get the squad playing together, playing better, and just moving up the league. The next game actually is going to be big for that. We're playing the team that's sitting, what, 1 or 2 places below us, I think. They're bottom of the league. I think we're 3rd bottom. I think they're 10th, we're 8th. Or we might be 7th, actually. And it's 1-0 Linfield. Fuck me! We have been all over them, and they take the lead. Also, why are we the team that has to keep playing the teams from Northern Ireland? That's our second one! Annoying. Frustrating. Frustrating. There's players that we've signed in the summer who I'm already long term now at a stage of, yeah, they need to go. They're just not the level we thought they were. The downside is the wages I've now gave them. Probably not going to be able to move them on, which is now going to limit us that little bit more. But I can't afford to, as things, if we're still in the position we're in terms of trust with in the board, by the end of the season, we wouldn't be able to like make them unhappy and force them out the door. We're going to struggle with that, I genuinely think. So that's a problem. It's just going to be I think we've hit a point in this experiment where nothing's really ideal. We actually might have already hit our peak. That's a concern. Hadn't really thought about that till I said it out loud. But we do have players we can build around. People like Miles, we can absolutely build around. I'd argue Rollins as well. Defence, oh, well done. Great save. I think defence Roca could definitely be a part of a decent attempt to go up. But it's just trying to fill out the rest of the positions. Ideally, I'd like to slowly build it over time. But that's just not realistic because Miles isn't going to be happy to sit and not progress, I don't think. Other players like, I mean, Wilson should be dominating, but I don't know if it's down to us or him. His finishing has been erratic. We've all seen it. And there's no doubt about that his genuine, like, finishing ability, has been massively erratic. We've seen him hit the crossbar from, 3 yards out? And not even a header, a shot from 3 yards out. But then we've seen him do amazing things. Would he maybe be better in a 2? That's a possibility. I think this is going to sound really maybe stupid, maybe not. I think we've got players that we can build a team around. However, I think season upon season it is what players have we got that we consider quality? Where can we bring in quality signings? Find a formation that would ideally fit all of those guys in, build a shape around that, see where we are the following season, and just kind of maybe gradually add that way. The downside of doing that is probably not being able to keep players long enough to get the level of success we need to keep certain levels of quality about. Not great. Not ideal. I mean, if I'm being fully honest, a mass injection of funds, big increase in wage spending would go a long, long way. Going professional again would probably help. Having good facilities, like our training facilities, are awful. Like near enough half the players that I approached to sign in the summer who were quality players, guys who would have genuinely been mainstays in the team, especially in defence, all wanted me a promise we'd improve the training facilities. I can't do that. The funds I don't think were even there for that. So that's probably the next thing I'm going to recommend or request from the board is try and get improved training facilities. Try and increase the youth facilities. All of that stuff probably needs to be in place for us to realistically start improving as a team. We may be losing our set piece coach, which will not be a drastic loss, I don't feel. He might be going to Motherwell if he gets his work permit. I actually hope he goes. Truth be told, I hope he goes. That's just the way it is, I suppose. Sometimes it's really hard being this shit. Right, Charlie's going to come on. It means Wintergill's going to play left back, which is a position straight up. I don't think I've ever used Wintergill at left back. I think I've maybe played him at centre back once, but never left back. He's had a poor game, but he's on my only option just now, so I'm doing it. Rowan's going to come off. Monfreita's going to come on. Nope, I do this all the time. I get the two of them mixed up. Not Monfreita, Brun. Brun's coming on. Advanced playmaker on attack. Can I make more than 3 subs? No, so that's my 3 subs in. Let's see if we can get ourselves back in this game. I think the issue I've got now is Brun and Miles are the same type of player. They're both advanced playmakers. Just slightly different position on the parks. Probably not going to go our way in that regard. I mean, you look at the stats for today's game again. We should be winning, and we're not. We have real issues in terms of goal scoring, and we have done now for about 2 or 3 seasons. 3 seasons. The year we went up, we were struggling with goal scoring, and we're still top of the bloody league at that point. It was lovely so we came in and battered in the goals to get us up. It's so frustrating for us. I think maybe getting to January and just seeing what we can do will make a big difference. In an ideal world, I would maybe move on some key players in January and replace them with different types of player, because I don't know if it is the type of, say, forward we've got that isn't working, which would be advanced forwards and pressing forwards. I don't know, is it our... I think our centre defenders just lack quality in general. But with our fullbacks, what is it about our fullbacks that just don't work? But Charlie comes on. Not really the best right back we've got, but arguably puts in the same level, if not slightly better performance, and on a cheaper wage. Honestly, I'm just at a loss on what to do. If it wasn't for the fact that, I mean, if I could, I would genuinely consider selling all of our wide players, signing an extra couple of centre-backs, and playing like a 5 at the back, with 2 wing-backs, either sitting as a flat-back 5 or in that wing-back slot, and just playing like a kind of triangle up front with 1 striker and 2 strikers, and number 10. I would absolutely consider that. But again, it all depends on just what we've got available. Really disappointing. We should have won this game, and we haven't. By the way, Ross County were 5-0 down. It's 5-4. What a game that would be to watch. I think it's just went 5-5. Unfucking believable. Oh, Charlie boy. That was pish, Charlie. That was pish. That was just a ball to fucking nobody. Put me up my misery, ref. Blow the whistle. Let me get to the next game. And he has. We go out to Linfield. Yeah, we wouldn't talk. We had the chances there, we just didn't take them again, which is such a common complaint for me. Oh, Linfield, Falkirk and Rangers B team all reached the semi-finals. 6-5 that game finished. Bloody hell. 10 matches to go for Joseph. And we take on Wraith Rovers in 4 days' time. Oh, we need help. We need help. We've made a couple of changes to the starting 11. Cristiano's back from international duty, so he comes straight back at the side. Dobson Ventura goes to the bench. Charlie is going to start at right back today. And that's it. Armstrong wasn't fully fit yesterday, but it looks like he has recovered now. So 2 changes to that back line. Let's see if we can comfortably win a game. We're creating the chances, we're just not putting them away, and it is fucking annoying. Also, I had a look at the board confidence in me thing again. And one of the things that them and the fans are unhappy with is we're not playing a counter-attacking style. Do you know what? I've read it all season, and I was like, oh yeah, they're disappointed, whatever, and I've ignored it. And I think it is because we did relatively okay with that counter-attacking style. Until we didn't. And then it completely crumbled. And I think that was last season. I think when we went up, I don't think when we get promoted to the Premier League, we were playing counter-attacking football. I don't think we were. But I also don't really feel we have the players for it either. Again, they want defensively solid football. We're not defensively solid at all. We're quite leaky. We're about as leaky as a sieve at the moment. Rollins, man. I praise you all the time, but don't do shit like that. So yeah, I was also looking, so we have like a couple of promises. So like Hamilton would promise would sell if we get an offer of a certain amount. Wilson's the same. I might utilise that in January and just try and sell them for any amount. The remaining transfer budget I put into the wage budget so that we were not in a deficit of that anymore. Not by much, to be fair. I think my £225,000 transfer budget that was left, and we have like £100 a week wages, so we're not buying anyone, has put us from the red into like a plus 25k now, or something, or around about 20k. So we still don't really have anything going on, but we have funded the scouts again, even though they were massively over their budget. Another issue we've just never ever managed to correct since we've been here. This is what, our 8th season. Every season we have way spent over the scouting budget. In case to do any form of scouting, we lose it. And that's not even including packages. We don't even have any packages. We have a zero. We're not spending anything on packages. That's just us sending scouts to watch players, and we spend a shit ton of money doing it. Every season. Yep. It's not great. We feel very broken as a club. And I don't mean in terms of football pitch, I mean everything behind the scenes feels broken. We have awful training facilities, we have awful youth facilities, we are developing none of our own players, we've just went back to being part-time. Our scouts just rack up an ungodly amount of over budget because the budget they give would not let us scout more than like 3 players. So we are genuinely at a stage where I am, in every metric that they care about for me, so like transfer budget, wage budget, I am, without, I think the exception of like 1 season, I'm in that. Okay, I'm winning it, I don't overspend, or not on purpose anyway. And if we do overspend, it's because we know that we're losing a big chunk of that again because the end of the season, so it's just overspending slightly early, whatever, right? But the scouting side of things, we just can't. And even then, I don't think our scouts are the best. Because they see these players come in and they're going to be a certain level, and then within about 3 weeks from being our players, they're not good enough for the level above us in halftime or the level we're in. Like, there's such a big disconnect. We're still on guys who I think must be still on full-time wages. I think the whole backroom staff's about to get blown to pieces again the minute I get the chance to let contracts expire. A lot of them are going to be going. It's not just a rebuild on the pitch, again, that we need to do. Like, we need to do enough every bloody season. Because we're not building on anything, but it feels like a backroom staff one again has to happen. And I only done it last year, which makes me feel like maybe another season away before I can realistically make a lot of changes. And that's not even including the fact that the board, they haven't asked me to, but they have like limited the amount of staff allowed, and we're over it. And for like coaching staff, I think we've got one extra coach, so losing the set piece coach. They don't want us having one of them. They took that kind of slot away, but they're not going to sack the guy. Just if he leaves, I can't replace him. Fine. Okay, we can't replace the guy. I can live with that. He's been shit anyway. But there's just so much wrong in the background that I'm not overly sure how quick I can now turn it around, if I can actually turn it around. As John showed, I'm not necessarily very good at this game. I love it. I love football. But by Christ, do I struggle with some things like signing a striker. Nope, cannot do it. I can sign loads of strikers, they're just all shit. It's been my downfall in about the last 4 or 5 football managers. I just cannot sign a good striker, except from when we were at Arsenal and I signed that boy who was fucking phenomenal up front, and I signed him from my side to get relegated because I was convinced he was the perfect striker for us because he looked like the exact same as Skamaka, and lo and behold, he came in and he was perfect for how we wanted to play and buried the goals in for us. We won Champions Leagues and leagues with him. Great guy. We're nowhere near those heights. Nowhere near it. Armstrong is knackered, so we're going to bring on Williams in a minute. Oh yeah, Dele's on a booking, so he's probably going to come off. Wilson's has to be doing better there, man. I criticised Kyle Joseph's form. He told me he thought his form was fine, but we all need to pull up, but we all do need to play better. So that went badly in that regard. We have scored a goal, and I don't know who scored it as of yet. Emerson, maybe? Let's see it then. Let's see what happens. Oyedele gets it. Armstrong. Inside to Rollins. Wilson. Plays it through for Emerson. Takes a touch. Great finish. Emerson gives us the lead against Wraith Rovers. I'm still making those changes. Which means Williams and Mofreta are both coming on, getting some minutes. Emerson's probably the next player to come off. He is starting to look tired. Rollins could be the same. In fact, that's risky to do that actually. I was going to do something stupid, but let's not do it till we've picked up a lead. Their player out wide is called 1. Miles on the free kick. Over the bar. Right, cool. Let's bring off goal scorer Emerson. He is getting tired. Let's bring on Leo Brunt as well for Rollins. Going to play him in the position, role that we said we wouldn't play him in, I think. Can't actually remember now what I promised. I think he was advanced playmaker, but I'm now playing him as a deep line playmaker. Whatever. That leaves that. We've got one more stoppage, one more change we can make. Wilson! And he scored. That's his 10th of the season. Williams cross in. Wilson header. Last few games, he's had chances very, very, very similar to that, where he has had the chance to head it home, and he's usually headed it right at the goalkeeper. But today, he still does, but the keeper makes an arse of it, and it goes in. We're at home, we're 2-0 up, and for once, we're actually looking good. I'm delighted at the moment. We can make one more change. And realistically, I don't feel the need to. Maybe Mongo coming off, just maybe give Reed maybe 15 minutes. Because I'll probably play Reed against Tranent. Because I am done with Meluso. Absolutely done with him. He's something I'm going to try and sell in January. I'm absolutely done with the lad. 2 red cards by October for 2 horrific challenges. Wasn't even if he was unlucky or maybe had 2 yellows or whatever. 2 straight red cards, both horrific. Yeah, he's just not reliable, and he's not played well when I have played him, so no great loss, and hopefully some wages freed. I mean, look at this today. 11 shots, only 3 on target. and an XG of 1.16. Look at the last game. We had, what, between, I'd say, 10 and 15 shots. Can't remember exactly. A few more on target. Could not score for love nor money. Wasn't even if the goalkeeper was having a great game. Our chances were absolute bollocks. We've got penalty. Miles is going to step up. Can we make it 3? We can. It is Miles with the goal. It's his 9th of the season. And what a signing he has been for us. One of the few positives, I feel like. But it is another goal for us. Comfortable winning for a change. I will take it. Can we get a wee clean sheet to wrap it all up as well? That'd be good. Just to know that we're not the worst team or 2 teams in the league would honestly make such a difference this season. To get away from the relegation zone would be a big step in the right direction for me. We head it clear. 4 minutes added on time. We are just now hopefully counting down the seconds until we do pick up another big 3 points. I don't even care if we hit this corner, just blow the whistle for all I give a fuck. Blow the whistle, blow the whistle, blow the whistle, get me game over. And he has. Elgin 3, Wraith Rovers 0. Let's look at the table. That is what I am interested in. Show me how many points clear we have just went of Wraith Rovers. We're 4 points clear. Oh, good. Good, good, good. I'm delighted with that. So yeah, almost at the halfway point of the season, right? Yeah, 2 games off the halfway point. 4 points clear, 1 point ahead of Hamilton. Realistically, as things stand, Dundee are catchable. They're only 5 points ahead. But there's also those other teams in the way. We're not winning the league this year, we know that. But yeah, that's not a bad way to break that duck of just kind of bad form. Now, we hadn't won a game since Falkirk, the team at the top of the league. They were top of the league when we beat them as well. But that run of just kind of poor form. You've seen at the beginning of the season, we picked up a couple of wins. They were against teams we should probably beaten. Lost some tougher games. Probably, you could say we did there as well. Next run of games, I mean, Hamilton's a team we should be winning. County's a derby game for us, but we'll probably lose. But yeah, I think we'll win the next 2 games. Let's come back for Hamilton and Ross County then to begin December. Relegation candidate and our rivals. I think that is the best way to do it. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a thumbs up. It really does help out the channel. I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.